And now to the juicy part of this production, that's Chit Chat with Manoj. Mr. Manoj Singh is the founder, director, and CEO of Caesar Productions. Mr. Singh, along with his wife, Mrs. Geeta Singh, support nonprofit organizations wholeheartedly. This brings us to his next guest, who are the administrators for a nonprofit organization called Asha for Women. Let's bring these women in the limelight with Chit Chat with Manoj.
Welcome to Chit Chat. I'm Manoj Singh. Hello, Adab, Namaste. Today we are going to talk about again a very important topic, very near to my heart, giving back to the society. This is the perfect season actually towards the end of the year. You made all that money and now you want to see how you can save in taxes. Well, here's an organization you can help and you'll see why very soon. And joining me for this discussion today are Lakshmi Aiyappa and Jaya Nelliot. Thank you both of you for coming to my show, and I'm very proud to actually represent Asha. So the first question to Jaya or Lakshmi, both of you actually, tell us about yourself first, a little bit about yourself, and then how did you come to know about Asha, and why did you decide to not only help but even participate, and you're one of the two volunteers actually.
I'm a social worker by training and education, so I worked in mainstream organizations. But when we moved to the DC area about 10 years ago, I was looking for an organization, a South Asian organization. And that's when I visited with Asha, saw what they did, looked at how they did things, and was very impressed and started out as a volunteer. And over the years, I have worked with them, and now I'm the executive director.
Nice. What about you, Lakshmi?
I'm an Ayurvedic physician by profession, and I heard about Asha from friends when I moved into the DC area. I started as a volunteer working with clients, and later on, I think a year ago, so I came onto the board, and now I work full-time almost with Asha.
Good. Thank you, both of you. Very good cause. So tell us, Jaya, what is the mission of Asha, and how is it different from some other charities? Is there anything similar in this area?
The main mission of Asha is to provide support that enables South Asian women to become self-reliant and to live in an abuse-free environment with or without the children. And the Asha advocates and volunteers are all from South Asia, so we can sort of better help them since we understand them better. We are one of the first such organizations in the US dealing with South Asian women. And we are primarily an all-volunteer organization. We have 3 part-time employees, and the rest of us, the volunteers, the advocates, and the board, we are all volunteers. All.
And how long it was? You just celebrated the 25th anniversary.
We did, and we are very happy to say that.
Yes. So, Lakshmi, give us an example of how Asha helped someone, your client, normally you call them, and how you really made a difference in her life.
You know, we receive a lot of calls. Like, for instance, until September of this year, we have received emails or phone calls about a little over 300 calls. And out of that, some of them are calling for information, but out of that, about 74 women and about 48 children, we are working on a long-term basis. So when they first call us, we give them information, and then we connect them with an advocate, a trained advocate, who then works with them, supports them, takes them to, many of our clients need legal assistance. They might need medical help. So we work with them in the community and connect them with resources. Now, many of our cases nowadays are women who are well-educated, and but have been really in the home, have had the spouse abuse them physically, emotionally, and financially. And a family that I have worked with for several years, her husband was doing very well. She had 2 young children. She herself had a bachelor's degree, but had really not worked in the United States because her husband wouldn't let her. Very bright lady. She was finally abused one day when she finally called the police because she said, I don't want my children to see what's going on. And that's when we got in contact with her. And I've been working with her for several years. She had a lot of family pressure from India. This is an Indian family. A lot of pressure from India saying, don't leave him, he's going to change. But when she finally did make the break, she wanted to become self-sufficient, and she started working in a daycare and has worked there. She struggles financially, but has really pulled things together. And we were very happy that last year she bought a condo on her own. And so we are now working with her to try and get her more education so she can move away from daycare into some other areas. So it's been a struggle, but she's been really done well for herself.
Very nice of Asha. I mean, myself and Geeta have been attending the Asha Gala for last few years, and we truly believe in it. I wish them all the best. Now, Lakshmi, give us some of the statistics, like what's the overhead of Asha? And most people are concerned always about how much of my dollar is being used actually for a case or a client or the cause. And so how many cents in a dollar really goes to the victim?
93 cents on the dollar is given, any money that's given to us, 93 cents on the dollar goes directly to provide services. And the services are directly with for the women and children. We don't have an office. We all work out of our home. And so the money is really for their assistance. It could be emergency assistance, food, clothing, housing, could be longer term, educational assistance, sometimes medical, sometimes psychological. So whatever is necessary, and more than anything else, legal, because they need legal help, and the community legal resources from the state and the county doesn't come through for them. So we have to really help with the legal help. So 93 cents on the dollar goes directly to provide services.
Very good, yeah. It was very well said that you're not changing a life of just one person. You're changing the lives of even the whole family who are associated with it, and even generations to come, because this type of stigma is hurtful, and any psychologist or psychiatrist can talk about it. It impacts the children very much. Jaya, tell us why one should support Asha.
I believe that almost every one of us has been touched by domestic violence. It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon rule. You have come across it. And for us here, unfortunately, the South Asian women, like Lakshmi just said, they are well educated, but they have been brought here with almost no knowledge of living here. And they are confined in their homes, most of them, no resources, no friends, and no way for outside contact. We provide them that lifeline, probably getting out just to let them know that they can be empowered, they can work for it, and they have the strength and the resources can be provided for them to live an abuse-free, a contented, and a life that would probably give them much more than they ever would get living in an abused environment.
So you can see, I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, basically, you can see how they're helping these women, and please come out and help. Tell us about the gala which just happened recently, and what was the how much did you was able to collect, and what was the sort of agenda?
Well, thank you for asking, and thank you for attending. I know you and Geeta have been attending for many years and have contributed to the cause. This year, this was our silver anniversary, our 25th, and it went off very well. We had a full crowd. We really at the end we thought we might have to turn people away, so it was a good crowd. And with everybody's help from the community, for the first time we hit the 100,000 mark, and so we are very pleased. Again, more of the money is going to be used for services. We've recently added a new part of one of our services is to provide educational and career counseling, and so we are very pleased with that, because even if women are very educated, they have not worked for several years, and it's like re-entering the workforce and relearning skills, and we are really want to work with them with that, because that's going to help them become self-sufficient. So, but the gala was very well received. We are very happy, and we would like to thank the community for supporting us and for being there for us.
You know, our community brags a lot about, we are all professionals, we have done well, we are lawyers, doctors, CPA. Well, here is a reason for you to feel more accomplished if you help an organization like that. So, Jaya or Lakshmi, why don't you look at the camera and reach out to these professionals like lawyers, immigration lawyers, CPA, psychiatrists, psychologists, even education institution which can partner with Asha and give you some break to these people in tuition. And so please convey your message and how they can help you.
Professional services are always welcome and needed. Anyone willing to help can go to our website, www.ashaforwomen.org. And for survivors, we have a hotline. The number is 888-417-2742. Or they can go to the website again and contact with us via email.
Anything else that you would like to add, Lakshmi?
Like Jaya was saying, we need the help of the community to do this. And so if you are a lawyer and we're not asking you to really take a free case or pro bono case, but even if you could help us in taking some of our cases, giving the woman some advice and maybe reduced rate cases, we'd be very happy because our women need legal services.
Yeah, and also some of our friends volunteer with you, and I know one of the cases, I don't want to mention any names, she even kept this person at her house for a while. So we need housing too.
We don't encourage you to keep them in your home, and we're not asking for that, but we have community resources that we can work with them. But we need people who are willing to work with them, be a mentor to them. And you don't need to have previous training. We will provide the training. It is pretty in-depth training, and we are always there to support you.
Okay, so it's very well organized, as you can see. They have a process in place, policies, rules, regulations, and very safe and nice to help. Any other last-minute messages before we close?
I think just with the gala and over the years, the community has been very helpful to us. And one of the ways, obviously, is to get involved with us. But the second way is to just let people know that we are there, so that if they know someone who needs the help, please refer them to our website or to our phone number.
Okay, thank you both of you. It's time to wrap up. So it's the perfect season, like I said, Diwali, Dashera, Thanksgiving, Christmas, a time to give back to our society. Please do so. I'll end this show with a quote from Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get. We make a living with what we get, but we make a life by what we give. So please keep giving. Thank you all. Namaste, adab, and wish you all the best. Have a nice holidays, happy holidays, and goodbye. All the best. And like I always say, life is short. Have fun.